What is up, peoples? October the 9th, man, Sunday morning. Like to get to church pretty early. I also have to go and buy me at least 2 fresh monster rehabs, so I got to make time for that. Had a topic on my mind today, wanted to share it with you guys. I was thinking about it last week, and I just did not get around to doing a video on it. I did do a different video where I'm still editing that together. We took a trailer down to a guy and his wife in Florida, Fort Myers. They got smacked by the hurricane, and they were in our queue for a trailer. And so they're kind of in a mess because their house was underwater, the truck was underwater. So we said, you know what we're gonna do is just deliver it to you guys. So we struck out Tuesday and drove, it's a long ways. We drove all the way down there, dropped them off at the trailer, hung out with them for just a minute, and came right back. So we'll put a video up about that, but keep that family in your prayers. Keep the whole Fort Myers area, really a good chunk of Florida, right? They were smacked pretty hard by the hurricane. So their buildings are oddly built pretty tough. We didn't see many buildings that were just demolished, but the storm surge is what screws up everything. So yeah, we did that. And then yesterday and Friday, so Friday and Saturday, we had our Serious Starter event, me and Aaron from the Lean and Mean Academy. Guys, Aaron's wrote a book. I'll have it down in the comments. It's got his head on the front of it. You can't miss it, but it's a great book. It's a tough love series, so I'll have it linked in the comments. It's a good book. I've been reading it. He gave me a paperback copy, so I've been skimming through it. But you can get it on Kindle, and you can get a paperback as well. But we had the boot camp. I think this is our 5th or maybe 6th boot camp. I don't know. I can't keep up. 15 guys in there, and good. The boot camps are always great because it's Serious Starter. In the name, you're only trying to get serious people to the boot camp, right? We don't want any riffraff. We don't want any silliness. We don't want any guys that really don't know what we're talking about, because we're going to be talking over their head the whole time. So I kind of related it to mathematics, right? We're teaching sort of like Algebra 1, and we expect these guys to show up to the event with a basic understanding of add, subtract, multiply, divide, and then we can get into some cool stuff after that. And they did. It was a great class, real fun guys. No ladies at this one, oddly. No ladies at this one. We usually have at least a couple ladies. But in the overarching talk of this class, there was a lot of points made about the economy and how slow things are right now. And oddly, guys, we're feeling a big pickup in our area. I've talked to my local wash guys. We talked to everybody at Serious Starters, basically said the same thing. I think one of Mike or Justin or Aaron, or one of us did a video the other day and was like, no, it was on the Inner Circle. If you're not a part of the Inner Circle, here's pitch number 2. If you're not a part of the Inner Circle, guys, you need to, because it's the best Facebook group on the planet. But we asked them in there, and they were all basically, all those members were saying the same thing, that they're feeling a little bit of an uptick in jobs. Now, I will tell you from 20 years of experience that you always feel a little bit of an uptick right now. Like pre-holiday cleaning is a big thing, and August, September is always kind of sucky. So just understand that. But thankfully, we are feeling a little bit of a upswing in jobs and quotes and closing deals, right? So we were talking about all that at the boot camp, and here's a takeaway. I don't know if y'all can tell, but we live in the middle of nowhere. You guys that have been to the shop, my head look real shiny, don't it? You guys that have been to Roanoke know that we are very rural, very spread out. Lots of farmland, lots and lots of farmland. We got tons of, right back there was what we call the cattle barn, right? It's the cattle sale, and it's the only one for several counties. So every Wednesday, there's tons of farmers, and I mean like hundreds of them. They bring their cows and sell them. So we got a lot of agriculture in that area. We got a lot of, vegetable production and stuff like that. It used to be a lot of cotton grown in this area. But my analogy there is farming works, right? Farming is a thing. Let me show you something right here. It's odd because I'm just driving right by it. That's an old grain silo, or an old grain storage thing. Hopefully y'all can see that. Let me get where y'all can see it. See that? Seed, feed, seed, and fertilizer in all these buildings right here. This guy owns the little co-op downtown. And I mean, it's not little. That's all that we have around here is agriculture type stuff. In this industry this year has been mostly every service industry, but we just feel it in ourselves. We've been really hit by the economy. The price of every freaking thing has went up, and it's been tough because people are not trying to wash their house. The people that normally would have been fairly easy to get them to close the deal, now it's much harder because they don't have as much disposable income, because gas is double, chicken is double, caulk is double. Like, everything that you go and buy at the store is way up in price. And so that means we're going to postpone that house wash, that roof cleaning, that driveway. And so what happens, and the point of this video, I know I've rambled a lot, but the point of the video, guys, is we're in a drought, right? We are definitely in an economic drought. Definitely. It's a recession, okay? But we'll have new guys that this is their first year, and they don't have any frame of reference. They don't know if this is just a normal, how it always is. And so we're here to teach the farming techniques. Aaron's teaching marketing. We're teaching, remote quoting with Quote IQ. We're teaching how to build your equipment, which the equipment really doesn't come into play on this topic, but all the Facebook strategies. Justin's got the Facebook strategy course, and these things work. We know that Facebook ads work. It's not a question if Facebook ads work. Multi-billion-dollar companies have Facebook ads. Why? Because they work. We know that GMB works. We know that having a GMB works. We know that having a footbridge site works. We know that quoting remotely works, right? That getting your square footage and putting the quote together and doing that because you can quote in mass. We know that, but what we got is guys that don't know, and so they start questioning the farming techniques. They're saying it's a drought. It's a drought out here, and my crops ain't coming in. And the old farmers are like, yeah, son, it's a drought. This year's gonna suck. You keep plowing. You keep putting fertilizer down. You keep rotating your crops. You keep doing the things that we've done for generations because it works. But it ain't working. It ain't like, well, it is working because you are getting jobs. It's just not working as good this year as it does on a normal year because we're in a recession. But what I'm going to encourage you guys not to do is to abandon farming. Like, we got guys that they're bailing out of their website. They're bailing out of if you're putting up yard signs and you're not getting the flow you used to, don't quit putting up yard signs. Like, put them up. Do all the things. If you've been posting in Facebook groups and you were getting jobs and now you're not getting jobs like you were, that doesn't mean that tactic no longer just mysteriously stopped working, right? No, physics still works. Marketing still works. If you give up on your marketing, you're really screwed. Now is the time to double down on your marketing. Now's the time to make sure you're in front of even more eyeballs so that you can keep your close ratio as high as possible. You get X amount of eyes, you close X amount of deals. Well, that was okay before, but now the deals are drying up because people ain't got no money. So we need to get more eyeballs, right? That's what we do. We don't do less. You lean into it. If we were slow at work, the last person I would lay off would be my sales guy, right? Hey man, it's slow time. We'll give you a week off, unemployment might send you home. I would never do that. He'd be the last dude. It'd be me and him burning the midnight oil, getting in sales, getting that marketing, hitting those. But why? Because we know it works, right? We know it works, and we've got to weather the current drought, and then times will be great again. You can thank Sleepy Joe for a lot of this. You can thank some policies. You can thank COVID. You can thank supply chain. When all these things go into place, that's why business owners 2 years ago were most business owners, very anti-lockdown, because we kind of know, oh my goodness, this is going to suck for a couple of years. You're not going to get just out of the woods immediately. Even if the supply chain picks back up, it's going to affect people's money for a long time. And it's going to take a long time before we get back to what we were enjoying before. I'm here at the shop. I got to go in here and get my sunglasses and my pistol. I left my daggum pistol on my desk in here yesterday, and I can't have that. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's still warm. It's 54 degrees outside. I've got my basic white girl flannel on, but we got some jobs lined up next week. We got some cool stuff almost ready to announce to you guys coming soon. But listen, don't question the farming techniques, guys. Farming works. Just stay with course, keep doing your marketing, and we'll get through this thing together. We're going to be all fine. Pressure washing ain't going away, man. It's not. Talk to your painters. Talk to your lawn care guys. Talk to your plumbers. We're all feeling it. Every industry, every sector of the market. Look at the Dow, right? The Dow just plummeted like a rock a week ago. So it's just what it is. We'll get through it, but don't stop doing the things that we know work. See you guys in the next video.